The recent killings of Gen Z on the streets by the trigger-happy policemen who do not care about the sanctity of life as is constituted in our constitution has attracted the attention of many, locally and internationally. Very many people have condemned this. Azimio condemned it. The Law Society of Kenya condemned it. Even the Secretary General of the UN, Gutierrez, condemned it. And very many international personalities are also saying this is wrong. The Gen Z have decided that they are going to deal with the institutions or persons that are violating laws and inflicting injuries and death to them individually. So if you're doing something in a group, the Gen Z have decided they are coming for you. You've seen the way they deal with the politicians who voted yes for the finance bill 2024. In parliament, people like Kimani Chungwa, who are with chest thumping, had to run for their lives. Now, there is this one particular cop who has been identified, shooting aimlessly at at journalists and at protesters, those who are protesting, without taking caution that his careless act can cause lives. And so the Gen Z have identified him with his name, where he works, and is now a wanted man. But before we look at that, Raila Odinga was back in the country and he is breathing fire to the UDA government and is telling them this is wrong. It cannot happen 60 years after independence that we still have trigger-happy policemen killing our youths on the street. Kindly listen to Raila as he breathes fire. Then we come back and look at how Gen Z has decided that they want to deal with the menace of the policemen who think that they're above the law.
In Kenya today, first I want to pay condolences to all those who lost their beloved ones. We lost so many of young, promising lives unnecessarily during this last 1 week because of trigger-happy policemen who have been given instruction to shoot to kill. In civilian authorities all over the world, police are not supposed to be shooting to kill people. Police responsibility is to protect the life and property of the people of Kenya. But a police officer who goes out and becomes rogue and begins to shoot aimlessly is a criminal who needs to be dealt with in accordance with the law. What we saw the other day is something that was unimaginable. It's completely unprecedented in the 61 years of Kenya's independence. We never seen things like this. We've seen scenes like those ones here. We're being told about goons who have been hired. Who are these goons? No, who hired those goons? Tell us. Tell us. Who are these goons and who hired those goons? We reach a stage where the government has to go and even bring the military into the streets. This means the civilian authority has failed. The civilian forces have failed to deal with the people. The military are not supposed to be in the streets. Army is there to defend the country against foreign aggression, not to deal with internal strifes. And that's why it is very wrong for him, our court, to rule that you can continue to maintain army on our streets. We have got Kenyan police to deal with this. But we have said it so many times that the law allows Kenyan people to peacefully picket, peacefully demonstrate against what they don't like. Peaceful demonstrators should be actually escorted by police. They should not be shot by the police. So what we've seen indiscriminate bloodletting in our country is completely inexcusable and unacceptable. We condemn in the strongest terms possible this brutal use of the police force against the innocent people of our country. And we are saying that this time has now come for Kenyan people to come together as one people and talk as one people and talk about the Kenya we want. This is the time for this. We are going to talk about the details of those engagement in the coming weeks. But we want to say that our people should continue to remain firm. God is with us. And if God is with us, who can be against us?
And I know after this, the Kenya Kwanza team the members of the Kenya Kwanza team are going to gang up and they will start apportioning blame that we now know those who are financing the Gen Z. We now know who are the sponsors because they've been waiting for Raila to speak. They have been waiting for someone they can drag his name to justify the use of live bullets, to justify why they want to declare the demonstrations illegal. And they're going to do this. Another thing that you're going to see them telling Raila that, we want to take you to the African Union Commission chairmanship, yet you're still criticizing the government. The other day, I saw Aaron Cheruiyot, the majority leader in the Senate, telling Raila that the reason why we have this bill is because we are looking for money for you, to campaign for you. It's going to elicit a lot of debate. They would also love this because at least when there is bickering between now the Kenya Kwanza and the Azimio, then they distract people. They would really love, I think that they've been waiting for Raila to speak. But then Raila has condemned this in his capacity as opposition leader currently, and his experience in politics. He cannot keep quiet when things are wrong, but I know they are going to turn it around. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Gen Z have said that they are going to deal with people individually. There is this killer cop who has featured in both the mainstream media and the social media. He's a trigger-happy, cop, and I wonder who he's protecting. I have always mentioned in my analysis that there are people who believe that they are more Kenyan than us. There are people who believe that Ruto is more of their president than us. But I'm telling you, the bottom line is, as long as we are all paying taxes, and it is our taxes that is paying and maintaining these big offices of the president, of the deputy, of the president of the judiciary, Madam Kome, and all the judges and all the cabinet secretaries, then we are all the same. We are all the same, and the law must be applied equally. So when you see this kind of cops trying to kill people in the street, I guess he's a Kale or a Kikuyu. Why am I saying this? I have heard this conversation where some Kales are saying, Ruto ni wetu. The other day you saw some goons being given weapons and they were traversing Eldoret town and threatening those who are against the Finance Bill 2024. And they were saying that they are protecting their town. They are saying that is Ruto's backyard and no one should demonstrate. One pathetic thing is that later they were caught and spotted returning those crude weapons into the governor's office, the county headquarters. I don't know. But this cop here, I know he could be doing this under the guise of protecting Ruto, or I don't know. Now, his name is Isaiah Ndumba Murangiri. That is the name that has been given. Gen Z will always go to the full length of identifying you. And they're saying that his place of residence is Kasarani Police Station Block B. And they're saying that his job status is Team Alpha Sierra 6, a group of rogue officers. And his KRA pin and all that, and his mobile phone number. And they are saying that if they meet him, they will greet him. That is what the Gen Z are saying. They are saying, tutamsalimia. I don't know their mode of greeting, but they're saying, we will greet him. As this is happening, the courts ruled that moving forward, they have banned the use of those water cannons, the use of live bullets, the use of rubber bullets, the use of tear gas, extrajudicial killing, abduction, and harsh treatment of those who are protesting. our courts and sometimes give credit where it is. On this, we salute the courts. It's only that we still have a problem when they are telling us that the military can stay a little bit in the streets. We still have a problem with that. But ladies and gentlemen, we all know that Gen Zs went to the street very peacefully. The only weapon that they had was a placard saying reject the finance bill and the songs of Ruto must go. And they are saying our voices are our weapon. So how do you counter a person who has got a placard, just a placard, a person who is on the street and telling you hatutaki finance bill? So when they killed the people on the streets, they were killing under the guise of protecting the president. The president has now said, mimi nimeamua, nimerudisha kwa wabunge. So what is the justification? Wewe ulikuwa unaua watu kwa sababu una protect nani? William Ruto. Na William Ruto amesema, mimi nimeona watu hawaipendi, hawa vijana wamesema hawaitaki, nimeirudisha, wabunge waiangalie tena. So what is the justification? These people must carry their own cross. I have given an example of 2007 when Commissioner Ali, who was in charge of the police, that was under the old constitution. Today we have the Inspector General. Back then the police was being led by Commissioner. Ali did all manner of things. He was in charge of the police. And he went to Hague alone. He did not say I was doing it on behalf of Kibaki or so. So sometimes you can be very happy doing all these things, thinking that things will remain the same. But a time will come when you will have to pay for your sins. We don't need to kill people. Do you think the police will adhere to court orders? Because the courts have ordered that they cease forthwith killing people on the streets. Someone was telling me that when the numbers that were killed in parliament were so many, wacha hii wanatuambia sijui watu wanane. When the government tells you ni nane, I don't know, you multiply by 10 or what, I don't know. And the worst I understand was Githurai. I understand that people were killed there. So the same way they are identifying the members of parliament who are betraying them is the same way they are now identifying the cops. And there's something that I want to say here. I personally have cops who are friends. We stay with them squeezy mtaani. And you know, some of them are very good. But there are those few cops who are tarnishing the name of the police. For husband's sake, this is a disciplined force. But people like these ones, I don't know. You know, these acts can only be attributed to, you know, when you are dealing with hardcore criminals. But even hardcore criminals, I think under the international law and human rights law, there's a way you should deal with them. You cannot be throwing tear gas anyhowly on people. And so, ladies and gentlemen, Gen Z are saying, we are coming for you. They've declared war on this. And Raila has condemned this. Many other people are condemning. I don't know what is going to happen, but I pray that when the people go to the street, because I know street, they have said Tuesday, they are occupying the streets again. And I want to see whether there's going to be a paradigm shift. Because the police, like William Ruto was saying, that some people infiltrated the peaceful demonstration of the Gen Z and they wreaked havoc. They got into parliament. I don't know. This only tells William Ruto that people need to speak because the churches have said it, the civil society group have said it, people have talked. This manner of trying to force things as if Kenya belongs to the political class, as if Kenya belongs to the UDA government. No, Kenya belongs to all of us. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, but that is the situation.